Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? You know, when Kathy said Mo ain't no Brad Pitt, I was like, neither is Rick, honey. Now, Rick ain't ugly. He just not Brad Pitt or Mauricio. Mo is fine. Don't get it twisted, Kathy. Mo is tall. His physique is on point. When they showed the video of him and the mysterious woman in Greece walking, he had a backpack on. That body was bodying, okay? And quiet as it's kept, Mauricio might be more handsome than Brad Pitt. I'm just saying. Cause Rick ain't no prize. He okay. He ain't hard on the eyes. And Mauricio's so fine, he doesn't even get jealous. Now you know that's some kind of fine right there, honey. Well, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade. Thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's key and ha ha and get into another episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Baby, it's season 14, episode 14, Hemlines and Headlines. Do we like the title of this episode? No, I don't like hemlines and headlines. So these are pertaining to the fashion show and Mauricio. Mauricio is not a part of the cast, okay? If you wasn't gonna call it, he ain't no Brad Pitt. I think we should have done something fashion shows and fashion homes. Wouldn't that have been cute because of Erica's home? Fashion shows and fashion homes. I like that. How would you rate this week's episode, besties? It was entertaining. I enjoyed it. It was good to me. It was pretty good. I'm gonna give it uh about a 9. I'll give it a 9. You drop down in the comments, please, and let me know what you thought about this week's episode. And don't forget to like the video. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're coming to visit me and listen and laugh with me, subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's an easy way to support me. Put me in the algorithm and you'll get to see other content creators. And it's March, so it's Women's Month. So let's support women. Make sure your notification bell is on, please. Ding dong, so that you know when I post my content each and every time. Let's get into this. So the montage starts. Bose is having tea with her daughter, and they're kikiing in her bedroom. Looks like she made a little joke about where she got the tea. It was cute. So Jade, is that how you say Garcelle's son's name? Jade and Jax? That's his name, right? Jade got his model card. So now he is an official model, honey, at 16 years old. We all know the twin does not want to film because of all the backlash that happened when Erica was going through her thing. Was that like 2 seasons ago? Or was it last season? Either one, the other one does, he refuses to film. Reba is on her way talking to Sutton. She's flying to, come to California to be a part of the fashion show. Kyle and Kathy, they talk about how shocked Kyle was to see the pictures of Mauricio and the young lady, in the airport kissing and hugging, because he did give her a nice little, he was holding her waist. It was cute. All this was blasted on TMZ. So everyone saw it. That's how everyone saw it. Even Kyle, he didn't call her to tell her nothing. And Kyle again says how strange it is to see this because it's like, this has been her man. You know what I'm saying? For nearly 30 years or more. And it's just kind of weird to see him snuggling and snickling and with another. It's hurtful. I already know. You know that feeling, ladies and men, and they, when you see something and your heart falls to your feet or the bottom of, the bottom of your stomach, and it just, we've all been there. So, she thought that she was more worried about running into him at a restaurant and, out in the streets. She now has very mixed feelings because she just doesn't know how to feel about this. She's wondering, will he be nice to me now that he's really getting into, being outside? Is he going to be nice? Is he going to show up for me when I need him? If I need a light bulb change, is he going to come by, or is his, if he get a new woman, is she gonna stop all that? Will he show up for the girls still, or will that slow down? You know, but then she brings herself back to reality and says, you know what? He can do whatever he wants. Uh-huh. And so Kathy's like, well, why he can't wait till, and she didn't finish, but we all know she wanted to finish and say, why can't he wait until the divorce is final? So wait, so she was like, she wanted to write, on the blogs, like, who is that? But then she decided it was none of her business, honey. Very good, Kyle. Kathy agrees. Yep, it ain't none of your business. So at Erica's home, child, those home improvements are fabulous, honey. Her living room is nice. I like what Martin did. He likes to just overly decorate a room. I see. He does not believe in space. You know, it's beautiful. It's so her, but it's just a little bit too much in that small living room. I mean, it looks so different. I cannot believe Erica brought that old timey furniture to that house. I can't even believe it. I would have went to IKEA and got some bean bags. You hear me? I'm not bringing nothing from that house here. No, ma'am. No, sir. No. So I got to look it. I kept rewinding my TV because, I like decorating. I'm into that. And so I was like, there's just too much in her living room. So you know how they have that small. Okay, so let's go with the window. The curtains are beautiful. Ooh, excuse me, Jesus. Ooh, sorry, you guys. I'm drinking coffee and it just, I think that was my ginger shot. Okay, excuse me. So the curtains, nice. They're a smoky, like a pewter color, it seems like. So she has two statues or two stands, and they have like plants, greenery on it. Then there's a statue in the middle. I think that's a bit much for that small space. Okay, no big deal. So then there's a small sectional, really cute, big round coffee table with, the furry rug. That's nice. The table, it was too many things on that table. She had three different stacks of books, a big bowl. I don't know what was in it or why it was there, and some other things. It was something gold on the table. I just really think that maybe they should have taken that bowl off that table and maybe just have two stacks of books, because there was a bouquet of flowers on the table, and then there's those two benches on the side of the table, and then she has her fireplace. I think there should just have been one of those benches there. They're really cute, don't get me wrong, but on the other side of the room there's those two chairs. They look pretty big, with a side table in the middle. It's like, oh my goodness, there's a lot going on. And then if you saw where they were standing near the kitchen, there's like a beverage tray behind the behind the chairs and all that, and a nice mirror on the wall. And it's just like, Erica, it's just a little too cluttery in there. Take those bench, maybe one bench, remove maybe one the statue in the middle out of that window. It's just, I don't know, something needs to come out of there. Let me come by and let me rearrange some stuff, okay? So then in the kitchen, I believe they should have painted the cabinet that's on the wall over the sink or whatever. It just looks old timey. It's small, which is fine. but I just think it needed to be painted. Now that wallpaper, whoo, it was a lot, but he was going with this Hollywood palm theme. And her mom, I was like her mother. I don't know nothing about that. But honey, he got these palm trees, black and white wallpaper all over the kitchen. It's okay. The bedroom, he has the Hollywood palms in there. The bedroom was nice. I liked it. I do not like the hallway. The black and white, she says she hasn't finished putting up the portraits of her. I'm sure they're all of her. She said that on the after show. I didn't like the black and white hallway. And I think Kyle told her, or somebody told her they was going to copy that because they liked it. I want to say it was Kyle. I believe Erica's bedroom her hallway. I just think her hallway is too narrow for that. It's just a hallway. It's really narrow. Let's not do a lot there. And I don't know. In my opinion, black makes a space look smaller. Yeah. You don't want that for the hallway. But hey, let's go ahead. It's her house. Okay. Kyle and Kathy, they go together to get their breast examination, their mammogram. They go together to support each other, like a hold each other's hands because of the loss of their mom. Now, their mom hadn't been to get a mammogram in 5 years, and she had a lump in her breast, went to the doctor. She had stage 4 breast cancer. So now they go together most of the times and, get through it together. Kyle says she knows Mo is freaking out about being outed, because he's a Cancer. He's emotional and all the things. She expected him to give her a call to kind of, I don't know, to talk about it, to calm his nerves down. Like she could be his speaking, his right hand, his shoulder, or I don't know if she meant like he should have called her to tell her that, it was gonna happen. But like they said, they don't think that he even knew. They don't think he didn't ponder that up. Kathy reminded her that he is single and he's grown. And I'm like, no, he's not single. He's separated. Let's get the words together. He cannot mark on no application that he is single. He is separated. Okay. So Kyle decides, well, you know what? I just can't do that. And I'm like, what is she about to do? Girl, she gets her phone out. She goes on Instagram and she takes wife off her bio. Then she looks at Mo's bio on his Instagram. Honey, he don't have husband or father on his bio. He just has CEO of his agency. Kathy suggests that they find out who the girl is, and what she does. And I'm like, that would be me. I'm that friend. Girl, we can find out who she is. Kyle was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't want to dig. I need to move on. And I really like that for Kyle, that she is really getting it through her head that this just might be over. So Kathy wants to find out who was behind doing this footage, which paparazzi was it, or woo, 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 woo. So they giggle about it together like cute little sisters, just been giggling and cackling. And I think they both need this togetherness because, their relationship has been up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm really glad that they are really consistent in their sisterhood now. So Kyle, then she remembers, wait, no, we're not doing that because remember, I don't care. I like how she had to pull it on back in for herself because Kathy gonna take her down a rabbit hole, okay? Just like a big sister would. So their results came back from their mammograms. They're both fine. Good. Congratulations with that. Because, doing this is, it's stressful. You cause a little anxiety, especially when breast cancer is so close to your family. You always wonder, there could be a time where, your results are different than the last year. So I understand the relief in that. So, honey, Garcelle goes to lunch. No, I'm getting excited for nothing. Garcelle goes to Sutton's store and they're talking, because, Sutton's getting ready for her fashion show. And we find out Child Reba's flight has been canceled for the day. There was something going on. I remember when Delta and United was having computer glitches and all this and all that. So we find out that Garcelle's son is going to walk in Sutton's fashion show because we all know that he is now an official model. Good job. Sutton asked Garcelle if she should invite Dorit, poor Reet. I said, her name is Dorit again. It ain't poor Reet. And so Garcelle in her confessional is like, there will never be any resolve between these two. It's going to be something else to something else. It's just going to bleed into something else. So Garcelle says, send out a group text. And it'll be up to her if she wants to come or not. So on to Kyle. They talk about Kyle. They bring Kyle up. And they talk about the girl in the video. And they say she looks really young, like young enough to be his daughter. And so Sutton is like, Kyle needs to just say enough to this husband that she's holding on to. And it's like, girl, you act like you would think Sutton would have more compassion. Hold on, Bestie. I had to get some coffee. You would think, hold on. Now that was the water. Besties, drink your water. Now you would think that Sutton would have more compassion for these women, remembering what she went through. But honey, I guess that money that she gets on a monthly basis has helped her forget, because she don't have no empathy for these women. She needs to get over it and say enough. Cinderella has lost both of her shoes. She's lost 2 shoes. I was like, wow. I wonder, will they play that in the reunion? Probably not. So, girl, they like, Mauricio has moved on. And so she says, and so what she needs to do is get them attorneys on that telephone already. I was like, wow. They say don't let no time pass, because they say if you consult, if you even call the attorneys, like the meanest, the biggest attorneys, if you call them and have a conversation with them, if Kyle did that, Mauricio would not be able to hire them. So that's why, because Sutton has said this before, but it didn't click. She didn't go into detail when she was talking about Dorit needs to call the baddest and the meanest. So what happens is you need to get all the popular attorneys around, get a phone call to all of them, to give him a lesser chance of winning. I was like, wow, okay. So you call all the attorneys, the big wigs, and then that way he can hire them. That's some free game right there, Sutton. If y'all peep game, you better put that in your back pocket and save it. You might need it for later. But baby, that was some good stuff right there. So Erica and her mom back at the beautiful home. So they go out on her cabana to have drinks, and her cabana is really nice, different shades of blue, TV, lighting, fans, couches, pictures of her, of course, just really nice and homely and just perfect. Okay. Her mom tells her she's very proud of her and how far she's come and all the mess that she's been through. And so she's like, yeah, this is like me starting over. And Erica's very happy about it. Even Martin said when he came by, he was like, Erica said, you see, I'm smiling. I'm smiling. And I'm like, yes, girl, no more of that. Remember when she was going through with Tom, she had like a low vocal fry. She's just not gonna be able to come, and I just can't perform, and I'm just not giving up my earrings because I didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, I was so sick of that, Erica. But I understand you got to go through stuff. It was real, right? So Erica admits that she does not even think about Tom as much as she used to. She said, some days she'll go and realize I didn't even think about him today, and so she says she knows his trial is coming up and she wants no part of his trial. She says she has moved on and she is healing. She don't want to hear about it, nothing, because it's going to, take her back and then she got to reheal again, you know. So she just wants to work. She wants to do her, you know, perform, music, theater, and whatever comes her way. And, you know, as far as getting married again, she does not need to do that. She likes just doing her. So I didn't even really, I've enjoyed the show so far, right? It's been 25 minutes. And here comes Dorit. I enjoyed these 25 minutes without Porit. I really did. I loved it. I was like, she can leave. If this storyline is fake, like they're saying, she can leave. Don't, because this was a lot. If they are not divorcing, this was a lot. Well, and I got to thinking that's probably why. Remember last week, or was that 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, it was 2 weeks ago. Remember at her house for the 4th of July when Kyle came over and was really going in on her about the pictures of her and PK sitting at the front door. I had a thought after I did my review. I was like, they probably really are not divorcing. That's why she has not taken those pictures down, because I think I said in my recap is that she probably comes in through the garage and don't, you know, come to be in the front by the front door too often. But then the way that closet was looking upstairs, it looked like maybe she was packing to move. And there was nothing up there of his, nothing. So we'll see. Okay, child. So this is where I got excited, but I was like, oh, wait, not yet. So her and, you know, Dorit and Garcelle, they meet for lunch. Who would have thunk? Not Garcelle, because she was like, yeah, I can be cool with her because she apologized to me when they were at Bose's house. Remember when she was relaxing and she knew all the men that was there that does the massaging, and she was like, oh God, why is Dorit over here and I'm trying to relax? That was a funny moment. So Dorit said it had been 2 months and now she can finally say she's good. It was like, oh, okay. So they talk about Mauricio and Kyle taking the wife off of her Instagram profile because, you know, that was news. TMZ reported that. It's like these girls, anything they do, it's going to be reported, okay? And so now they're talking about how Kyle is back at Morgan's concerts again. And there's pictures of her, you know, standing on the side of the stage, you know, and so they're like, is that her get back from Mauricio? And it's like, girl, it sure seemed like it because Kyle, I mean, I think she could be petty. She's on a reality show, right? Hold on, Bestie. She's on a reality show, so yeah. So Garcelle asked Dorit, what's your beef with Sutton? And I was like, oh, here come the spokesperson. She telling Bowles not to be a spokesperson for Dorit, but here we go. And so Dorita's like, wait, what? My beef with her? Well, she got beef with me. And so she tells Garcelle that she has on rose tinted glasses. I said, exactly. She said, you know, when it comes to Sutton and her behavior, you know, you co-sign it and all that. And I'm paraphrasing right there. So Garcelle was like, no, 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 no. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. Dorit says, so I'm the cold raging BITC, you know. And so Garcelle said, you were. You know, her honesty will just hurt real quick. And she just got away with words. You were. So she wasn't being cruel at the Caviar Caspia. And so Garcelle does say, well, she was mean. She was very mean and cruel. And she was like, I get it. Exactly. Exactly. Sutton was showing her tail. So in Dorit's confessional, she says, as long as she keeps rallying for Sutton, we will just have nice lunches. We will not be close friends. Okay, got it. Clock it and put that in your back pocket. Dorit tells her she's coming to Sutton's fashion show. Garcelle asked if she gave, you know, if she gave you a Kelly bag, would things be good then? Child, Dorit was like, absolutely. Done and over with. We would be best of friends, and I would be calling her, and they'd had a kiki. They LOL. That was funny because she was like, absolutely, we would be best friends. Done and over with. I would be on the phone with her right now. So Sutton and Jennifer Tilly show up to the hotel, and they're, setting up. The staff is setting up for the fashion show. They're having a rehearsal for the models, and her fashion show is outside at the pool. Really cute, really nice. Good job, Sutton. Jennifer is going to also walk in the fashion show. She says she just loves it. She's been in fashion shows before. She likes people looking at her. And she's like telling us, like, she's going to make sure Sutton knows that she is supposed to be the last one to walk because it's like a surprise, because she's told us, honey, she's a celebrity. I never heard of her before, but go off, girl. So all the ladies are at their homes getting ready for the fashion show. Reba has spent 2 days trying to catch a flight to get to California with no luck. She went back to the airport the next day. She said she waited 13 hours in the airport, and she tried. She tried. And Sutton still feels like her mom is proud of her, so she's like, okay. And she said, there's nothing trite about that. I'm like, girl, okay. So the ladies are arriving to the fashion show. Kyle walks through, she got in a cute little white suit, and she tells them that she is not talking to press. Don't ask me nothing about me, Mauricio, our separation, the dogs, the picture, the videos, Morgan, the concert, nothing. Don't ask me about nothing. My mammogram results, don't ask me about nothing. Don't ask me about taking wife off my Instagram. Don't ask me about nothing. So Dorit wonders if she'll get an apology, or is she there just to be a seat filler? I'm like, Dorit, you really think Sutton is going to apologize to you at her fashion show? Girl, you are a seat filler. Okay, fill the seat, be quiet. So the ladies, they all meet Erica's mom because she brought her mom to the fashion show. And Child Sutton is so nervous. She can't calm down. She is full of anxiety. She asked Bowles to pray for her. She is just, whew, man. So Garcelle, in her confessional, she says Sutton will always feel the need for validation from her family because she hasn't gotten it. No, sorry. She will always feel the need for validation from them, the girls, because she has never gotten it from her family, her mom, or her ex-husband even. So Kyle tells Dorit it was weird seeing the pictures and the jealousy stunt about her at the concert and all that. We're like, yeah, it was giving clap back, Kyle. Come on. And Morgan, I just thought better of you. I thought you walked away from this and was pretty much like, holla back when y'all get done with this. I can't believe you let this woman come in and out when she feels like it. I expect better from you, sis. So, Dorit asked, were the photos staged? Because that's what they were given to her, with the girl, because she made sure they kissed. He was hugging her lower back. She had her foot up. Oh, girl. And I'm like, you know what? That does seem like, yeah, because just because she raised her foot, that did seem a little staged. Because it's like, are they in love? Well, she is. That's what it was given if they didn't before. So Kathy joins the group. She arrives. She's always a tad bit late. And she tells her she always got something going on. Have y'all noticed that? So she tell the ladies that she thinks she broke her knee. What? Kathy, you need an assistant. So she explains what happened. Then they ask then she asks, where are the hors d'oeuvres? Where are the hors d'oeuvres? The hors d'oeuvres. Where are the hors d'oeuvres? And they're all like, what? Bo's like, huh? Dorita's like, the what? And then Kyle said it again, and they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh, hors d'oeuvres. Okay, got it, got it." So they all are asked to sit down because it's showtime, honey. Bring out the fashions, honey. So Kathy says to Kyle that she thinks Dorit should do the intro, excuse me, to the fashion show, and then like maybe she can narrate the fashion show. And so Kyle's like, no, not after what has been going on with them. And so Kyle tells her, no, Sutton would unalive you if you even, this is her fashion show. Let it go. Leave it alone. So backstage, Sutton is lining up the models. They're getting ready. And she is sick to her stomach. She is nervous, honey. Nervous. So, ma'am, Miss Kathy Hilton, she gets up, walks on the, not on the runway, but walks towards the stage, to the stage, on the stage, right? Because she wants to go talk to Sutton and tell her about this brilliant idea she then came up with to get Dorit to narrate the show, because in her mind, Dorit is the fashionista of the group. So she goes back there, tells Sutton. Sutton is like, huh? Sutton kindly declined. She was like, no, we don't need a narrator. We don't need that. And so, she declined the offer. And so in Sutton's confessional, she was like, child, this is not 1954. Ain't no one introducing the fashions anymore. Like, and here comes Bridget with this red blah 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 number with the feathers and the train, and wouldn't this be nice to wear it to a gala or a evening wedding? And no one does that. So Kathy walks back to her seat, but child, she is walking back through the stage on the runway. Now it's really the runway, because everybody is like telling Kyle, like, get your sister. And Kyle's like, look, she's just my sister. I can't tell that woman what to do. I'm not finna get up and cause more of a scene, right? And they're like, well, look at her. She's limping. Well, she said she broke her knee. Old lady, sit down. So Kyle is telling, like, she's just my sister. And I am embarrassed. Kyle got her purse up to her face. The men behind them are laughing. I'm laughing. It was a kiki because Kathy just don't care. And so now Kathy is in the way because the show has started. She has stopped. She is talking and shaking hands and kissing babies. But in the after show, she said she didn't get a chance to meet Erica's mom. So they were I guess Erica and her mom was the one sitting right there in the front at the first chair. So she stopped to meet her mom because she said that was the polite thing to do. But not while the models are walking out. The first model had to touch her, hold her, move her, so they didn't collide and both be on the ground. Child, Erica go say in her confessional, this is Kathy pulling focus. I was like, I like that, pulling focus. And then was it Bose? Bose was in her confessional saying, there go Kathy crashing the catwalk. You know what? That could have been the name of the episode. Crashing the Catwalk. That was good. But I still like my fashion shows and fashion homes, or whatever I said earlier. So Bose says they trying to tell her to sit down. Sit down, Kathy. Kathy, sit down. She's still walking to her seat. She not just, well, I guess she couldn't sit nowhere else but in her seat because they're sitting in the front. Girl number one almost knocks her down because, ma'am, why are you there? Why are you here? What are you doing? The fashion show is very professional. The new line is nice. Dorit is not impressed. They asked her in her confessional, she didn't say one word because, if it don't have Chanel slapped on it, Dior slapped on it, Louis Vuitton slapped on it, Gucci or Fendi, whatever, it ain't her thing. So in Bose, did y'all see them chocolate legs sitting there on display? She was looking good, honey. I see, that's right, girl. You put them African legs out, let the people see it, honey. So Jade did a great job. Garcelle is very proud. She was just so smitten and giggling and she was recording him and just was so proud. And then she was reminiscing about her first fashion show in New York. She modeled for Calvin Klein back in 1984. I said, wow, I was graduating from the sixth grade in 84. Then out comes quirky Jennifer Tilly. I have forgot all about her. She's in this red sweater dress with one shoulder out. You can see both bra straps showing. I thought that was whack. She just a wobbling in her little black heels. Child, and she was just so quirky and just bouncing and moving and just doing her. And it was cute. So at the end of the fashion show, Sutton thanked her guests and she said she hopes her daughter was proud of her. And then she let the crowd know that her mom couldn't be there, but she thinks her mom was proud of her too. She got a round of applause. She did a good job. It was nice. Everyone congratulated her, even Dorit. And Sutton feels grateful and she feels inspired by this group of friends. She really does. Even Dorit, of course, because Dorit is a fashion girl. Then they take a group picture and Dorit wasn't even looking. She looked so odd and out of place. I had to go back and rewind it a few times. Everybody's smiling. And Garcelle was kissing Sutton because she was telling her how proud she was. She was validating her, filling in the void for Reba. And yeah, this fashion show was giving me like, this is what the season should have ended with, and I was waiting to get everybody's ending story and all that. But it's only episode 14. So I believe we may have about 2 more episodes left. Next week they're going to St. Lucia, I believe, because they haven't been on the cast. Oh, they did a road trip. But they're going out of town, honey, next week. And so in the after show, what was I going to tell you guys? What did Oh, they were talking about how Garcelle was happy that she didn't have to go pick Reba up from the airport. Driving Miss Daisy. And Kyle said that she was thinking about going with her because she knew that would be odd. But then she decided, nah, she was cool on being around Reba herself. Because Reba ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? And if you remember, they said that her friend Jimmy, the one that came over the first time when they got to Augusta, he passed away. And so yeah, it seems like they're doing better. And we're about to wrap this season on up. I hope they have fun in St. Lucia. What could possibly happen? Because Garcelle didn't say much when she sat down with Dorit, but we didn't see the whole lunch. So I guess because it seemed like even in the after show, they was getting a little snappy with each other, just a tad bit. So I was hoping, I hope they don't fall out but they might. If Sutton finds out that she went to lunch with Dorit, that might be a problem. Because what else is going to happen? Well, besties, what else we got to talk about with this show? You know what I did not say, and I want to just go ahead and say it now. I want to give a shout out to Angie Stone. We lost a very good R&B neo soul singer over the weekend in a tragic car accident. She was performing in Montgomery or Mobile. She was performing in Mobile and they were driving through Montgomery. She was headed to Baltimore. She was supposed to be the halftime show at a college basketball game. And I think she was going to perform that night. And her Sprinter van rolled over 3 times. And they said it was like 9 of them in the car, in the Sprinter van. And she was the only one not wearing a seatbelt. She was the only one that didn't get out, wasn't able to get out of the van. And a big rig hit the Sprinter van. Oh, so tragic. So shots out, prayers out to her family, her friends, and her fans. And I also would like us to, since we're praying and doing that, let's keep Dwayne Wiggins in our prayers. Dwayne Wiggins is from the group Tony. he's in the hospital and you know it's not looking good. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. But let's keep his family up in prayers too, because that's Oakland's own. That's our boy here in Oakland. That's our boy. So that's that. Let's say keep these people in prayer. Prayer for me, and I'll pray for you. And I'll be back with another recap. Bye, besties.